Hi everyone, Greg here. So I'm back with another one of those book reviews, and it's been a long time since I've done any of those. It's been, just checked, it's been 22 weeks since I did the last one, and the reason for that, it's a couple of reasons. Just life got in the way, but it's also I got into one of those reading slumps, and it was just really hard to get out of it. And in the last one, I talked about how I was reading The Lies of Locke Lamora, and I only just finished this one 1 or 2 weeks ago. And the thing is, like I said, I was in a reading slump, so that's not the reason. It's not because of the book that it took me so long to read it, but the book, I was enjoying it. It's a good book. The thing is, I didn't really like the ending. I thought that the ending was just a little bit disappointing, and I wouldn't exactly call it a Deus Ex Machina, but there's like a little twist at the end, and I thought it's okay, but it's just a little bit of a stretch, and I didn't really like that. Another thing is that Lamora, well, I don't know if that's him, but anyway, the main character, Locke Lamora, he goes through a lot of abuse, and he gets into fights, and he gets injured, and really he should have died, okay? Like the amount of crap that he goes through, he really should have died. He maybe even should have died several times, and the level of violence and things, it's not entirely realistic, and the kind of thing that him and his friend John Tannen survive, it's not completely realistic, and so overall a good book, but it does stretch credulity sometimes. The world building is very good. The prose is very good. The plot is original. It's basically Locke Lamora is this like master thief, and he's trying to bankrupt one of the kappas. It's basically one of the local criminal lords, and okay, it's good, but it's the thing is, I've been told it's a tetralogy, so you see there's 3 books out. Apparently there's a 4th book that's due to come out. Again, I did enjoy reading this one, but I don't think I'm gonna bother with the other 2. Certainly not anytime soon. So, not bad, but also not exceptional. And again, the ending was a bit disappointing. Okay, then here now we have Legends and Lattes, and this is a very different book. This is a cute kind of book. Now, you wouldn't tell it, you wouldn't say so now from the cover. This is the ugly cover, okay? I've seen it all over BookTube, and it has a much nicer cover. Basically, this in color is the normal cover, so I don't know why I got this, like, ugly ass cover, but anyway, it's about a troll, Viv, and she begins like she lives a life of violence, and she leaves it behind, and she begins a coffee shop, and it's a cute, heartwarming little story. I'm about 30% in, and there seems to be a little bit of a side plot with maybe the local mafia or something or other. I'm not entirely sure. I see how that unfolds, but I'm enjoying reading this anyway. And that's a book I got quite a while ago, and that's I think that's a non-fiction. I think that's just Isaac Asimov talking about science fiction and basically the history and the evolution of the genre. So and talks about Mary Shelley. That's one of the, I only just kind of browsed through it, but I know that Frankenstein is mentioned in that book, and that's a book I did hugely enjoy. So and very important in terms of defining the genre. And I will make a video one day talking more about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, because there's a lot of fascinating things to be said about it. So that's the book that I just picked up along the way. And then this is I suppose you could call it a proper book haul. I just went to the bookstore, and I was in the mood for getting a few new books. So Free Body Problem, this is, I haven't, none of those books I've read, but it's like a book that I heard a lot about on BookTube, and it's supposed to be another one of those books where maybe it's not very heavy in plot, but it has a lot of interesting ideas and actually not so much plot, but character building. Maybe not a whole lot of character building, but just more ID based, and I don't mind those books once in a while. So that's that. And Foundation is kind of the same kind of thing, heavy on ideas, but maybe not a whole lot of plot. And from what I understand, it's a series that span like a very large amount of time. So yeah, Foundation, that is that. And then Ursula K. Le Guin. I've only read one book of hers, and that is The Wizard of Earthsea, and this wasn't bad. And from what I hear, that was like her early work, so it would not have been her best work. And so if that was not her best work, then I'm kind of hoping that her later work must be really good. So yeah. What is that said? The word for word is forest. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Another H.G. Wells. I usually enjoy him. He's a mood writer, so he's not very heavy on plot, but like he can take an interesting idea and kind of paint a landscape with words, and very very much an art for when you're in the right mood for something new. And then Plato, which obviously is a non-fiction, but it's a some will dispute that actually, because obviously anything that old you wonder exactly how accurate it is. But anyway, it's a work of philosophy, and it's I did read The Last Days of Socrates, and this is also something that maybe in the future I'll discuss in more detail, because that's a really important book. And I think The Last Days of Socrates is basically should be a required reading for anyone living in a civilization. The Republic I've never read, but yeah, I'm hoping that it's gonna be also very interesting and very insightful. So those are basically that's basically the book haul and what I'm reading at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed that little snippet, and I'll see you later. Thank you for watching.